Is there an in-between? Wait, tons of money and no free time? Or free time and very little money? Ah. Wait, would I rather win the lottery and lose all my friends? Not family.
Yeah.
Friends, or lose all my money and find my soulmate? Let me win the lottery and lose all my friends. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. No, doing what I love is important. So a job that I love with the below average salary, but I'm gonna remix it and climb the ladders and find a way to make some more money. But I can't stay at a job I hate with a high salary. It will eat me up inside. Travel, easy. First class me, baby. Take me all around the world. Clothes, forget about it. Oh. Oh, okay. I feel like certain people have certain callings on their lives and certain things are important to certain people. And I'm not to say that the environment is not important to me. I'm just not a revolutionary for the environment. There are some people who they are revolutionaries for the environment and I appreciate them, but I'm putting that $100,000 in Bitcoin, baby. Nah, give me the milli now. Okay, yeah, give me the milli now. I can flip it and reverse it. Is there an in-between? Wait, tons of money and no free time? Or free time and very little money? I'm an and girl. I need both. I need my free time because I need the time of isolation and to go within, and I don't like to be overstimulated. But I need some money too. I can't, so that's the in-between. I can't pick one. I'm an and girl. I want them both of them. Oh gosh. So, okay, both of them are not being present, but okay, since I have to pick one, I already know where I'm gonna end up. Like I know I'm destined for greatness, so I don't need to look into the future for that. It's a knowing, right? I would go back in time and fix my biggest money mistake. Yeah, I would do that. Even though I know that everything happens for a reason. It happens to develop me. So whatever my biggest money mistake was, I learned from that. But for the sake of this question, we're gonna go back in time and fix it. $1 a week is 52 weeks in a year? Yeah, get ahead on this dollar, baby. Cause I'm not that spiteful that I'm gonna be counting out pennies for everything. Nah, it's a lot of pennies. You're gonna need a lot of pennies for that, baby. Oh, ooh. Okay, so wait. So when I end it forever, that means it can never come back, right? So if I end student loan debt forever, and student loan debt forever and credit card debt forever. The thing is, so I'm logically rationalizing this. People use credit cards as an extension of their budget, right? Get rid of them credit cards. Wait. No, wait. Oh gosh. I mean, the idea of credit cards, I feel like it's a crutch, right? And so we need to learn how to handle our spending habits better. But if we're getting rid of the debt, do you really learn? Are you really learning your lesson if I get rid of the debt? And then the student loan debt, I'm like, okay, let's get rid of student loan debt. Keep them credit card debts. That's the answer, final answer. Because the only reason I say get rid of student loan debt is because when people signed on for these loans, they were young, maybe had limited wisdom, and yeah, get rid of student loan debt and make education free, free 99. Not free, maybe, we'll see. But credit cards, you gotta learn your lesson. All right, so let me first say there is no right or wrong answer to this question. Let me also say that I know that we all live different realities. And as we live in different realities, our worlds are different. What's acceptable in one world and the norm in one world may not be the acceptable in the norm in another world. So when it comes to answering the question about if the man should pay on the date, what percentage should the woman pay for, I'm gonna preface this by saying your answer is going to depend on your world that you live in. Again, no right or wrong worlds. Some of us are able to maneuver through worlds and understand that this is the world that we want to be in. I live in the world where I don't pay for dates, right? And that is the world that I live in, and I live in the world where I don't have these conversations with men. Men never ask me to pay for a date. Men never ask me to take them out. Men don't even expect me to pay for a date. Years ago, probably maybe 15 years ago at this point, when I lived in a different world, I remember I had a peek into a world of the type of man that I date now. And I was out with some friends and some girlfriends of mine, and he came by, and the bill came, and when we got ready to pay, he paid for all of us. And he pulled me to the side and let me know that when I am with him, I am never to pay. This is about 15 years ago, right? And so that was the first time I had a glimpse in that world, in that classroom. I didn't even know y'all was doing this over here. It's like me being in the classroom and I opened the door and I'm like, this what y'all do? Y'all use laptops, you don't use books, right? So that's how that experience was. It took a few more sessions before I did what I needed to do to plant myself in the world now where, I mean, if I went to pay, my man would be like, excuse me? Like what? And that's just the world that I live in. And so to add some more to this question, if you are in a world where either the man or the woman or whatever it is that you're into is not in alignment with what you desire, your job is not to then beat them into submission. Your job is not to get on the internet and talk about the people in this world, because the people in that world, they operate that way. Your job is to say, oh wait, I'm in this world, I want to go in a different world. Here's the thing. If I go to another country and they're speaking a language other than English, it's not my job to walk in there and say, y'all are wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, you speaking this language. They would think I'm absolutely out of my mind. I have two choices. I could either leave and say, oh, they're not speaking the language that I'm speaking, or I can take me some lessons. I can figure out how to speak the language, how to talk the talk, and walk the walk. So when we tie this back into finances and who paying and who's splitting the bill and who's doing all that kind of stuff, if you find yourself in a world where the people around you are not speaking the language that you want to speak, then leave. And then if you want to go in a world where they're speaking a different language, you're gonna have to learn the native tongue. What does that mean? You're gonna have to do the work that puts you in the space that people don't ask you, what do you bring to the table? They don't ask you, who's paying the bill? They don't ask you, can you split the bill? Do the work to put yourself there. But we don't want to get into you're wrong, you're right, this and this, because this reality that we live in has many worlds within it. and you can be in any world you want to be in. Hey, Hyacinth Henderson here, just popping in to remind you that any information shared is information and education and not personal investing advice. Personal investing advice should be specific to you, and therefore you should seek proper financial counsel for personal financial advice. Thank you.